About a year and a half ago, I had the privilege of joining a group of various artists and theologians. It was Ecclesia Contemporary Ballet, so the artistic director, Alyssa Schroth, and myself. We met with Makoto Fujimaro, painter, and Andrew Nemmer, who's a tap dancer, and Christopher Jacobson, who is the organist at Duke Chapel, and Ellen Davis, who is Old Testament professor at Duke Divinity. And we met together to talk about the role of the arts in scripture translation and application, and how the mixture of these things might offer something to our culture and to the needs of our culture. And we identified that the Psalms would be a way, that the arts would be a way of communicating the Psalms, and that our culture needed them. We knew that we were approaching the 20th anniversary next year of 9/11, and we talked about the process that humanity needed to go through in order to heal, and the role that the arts could play. So we met together once a month via Zoom before Zoom took over the world, and we put together a program that we ended up calling Psalms in Dialogue. I'm looking at the program, and we broke it down into 3 years. The first year we wanted to talk about Psalms that expressed longing and belonging. The second year we want to talk about lament, and the third year we wanted to talk about healing in some way. So we met in October, this past October, at Duke, and we created a performance that combined Ecclesia Contemporary Ballet's dance, Makoto Fujimaro's paintings, also being projected by Stephen Proctor, and the Duke Chapel singers. So we had live music, dancers dancing to live music. These were dancers that were training and choreographing in Connecticut, working with live music from a choir in Durham, North Carolina. So that was pretty interesting as well. But it was all a big experiment, and we discovered that it worked really, really well. The theological thought that we put into things, that we discussed as a company, came across through the performance, and all of the artists and theologians together through our monthly meetings have created quite a community. So it wasn't just the product of the October performance, it's the process and what we're all gleaning and learning from one another, I think, which is a huge benefit. And we have determined that it is significant and important enough to continue on even through the difficult time because of COVID-19 and the social distancing. So we are taking our attempt to work on lament, and we're reshaping it to see how we might work it out virtually, which is taking the arts and taking the theology and taking the melding of the two together into a completely new territory. But again, I think it's a worthwhile experiment. So I'm glad to be a part of it and to combine my knowledge and understanding of the art of dance with theological thought, and to be working with experts on both in both groups of theologians and academics and artists. I'm going to include a link to one of the dances, and I'm going to include a picture of the program.